Welcome to my kitchen. How are you today? I am Mickey B. Have we met? If not, it's nice to meet you. I'm glad you joined me today. We're going to be making the quickest, easiest spaghetti ever because I'll be using my Instapot that I got from Best Buy. It's actually not the brand, but it's the Best Buy brand, the Insignia multi-cooker pot, I believe, or 16 cooker, something to that effect. But let's go ahead and get started and show you how quick and easy it is to make spaghetti in the Instapot. Of course, we've got to, well, I use ground turkey. I don't really buy ground beef ever. I always buy ground turkey, so we're using that. My sauce packet, my box of whole grain wheat spaghetti. I have a can of, what are these called? Whole peeled tomatoes and garlic, olive oil, and basil. And then I have a can of pasta sauce. Dollar Tree, grocery store. Couponing. So let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be quick and easy today. Not a lot of prep. We're going to start by taking the lid off of the Instapot, and I'm going to put it on, what am I putting it on? Saute. And that automatically gives me 30 minutes. And now this is going to become a frying pan in which to cook the meat in. So let me go ahead and get this meat opened so I can start cooking it. Okay, now I've got my meat open. Now here's the beauty of the Instapot. You can do everything right in this pot versus like a crock pot. You have to cook this separately. So you just dump that meat in there, and it's heating up as we speak. You'll hear it sizzling momentarily, but as it heats up, I'm going to just break it up. Now you could chop up onions and all the other spices or different ingredients that you'd like to add in here, but because I am using, you hear the sizzle coming? It just started getting hot. So because I'm using the spaghetti sauce packet and the canned tomato sauce, I don't feel that I need to add any additional other than my garlic. You know, I love my garlic, but anything other than that I don't think is necessary. So I'm going to go ahead and let this meat cook and show you how quickly this can cook up. Well, we see the timer, it's at 29 minutes, right? So when it's done, we'll check the timer and see where we are. In the meantime, I am missing one ingredient. And there's the missing ingredient, my chicken stock, again from the Dollar Tree. I use this instead of water because adding chicken stock versus water means adding more flavor to the dish. So I don't work, whenever I have to add some type of liquid, I always go with the chicken stock first. So now what I may do is open it up a little and add some chicken stock in here so that my meat can break up easy into smaller pieces. In fact, let me do that really quick as well. Okay, I've added a little bit of chicken stock in here to make this nice and soft so I can break it up easier and have it cook and break down into smaller pieces versus larger chunks. I prefer smaller pieces because it makes the sauce more like a meat sauce versus spaghetti and meatball type of dish. So I should have added it sooner when all of it was raw, but this will do for now. So we'll come back when this is fully cooked, and you'll see in time how long that will be. And mind you, that was with me adding in chicken stock. So it's still going to cook very quickly. This saute apparently gets pretty hot in this pot because I feel the heat coming out. And you wouldn't think so, but I mean, you can see for yourself how it's cooking, and it's only 26 minutes right now, so it's been 2 minutes since we spoke. 2 minutes, 2.5, maybe 3, something like that. So I'll be back shortly because this is not going to take long, and then I'll show you how quickly it is to put this dish together, because I do need to add some garlic. So let me go ahead and open that up as well. Okay, can I just show you? It is 25 minutes. And this meat is done. Look at how it's simmering. And okay, let's keep it at a distance, but you can see that this meat is done. just want to break it up some. I'm going to go ahead and pop some garlic in here. That's good enough. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the other ingredients, and I'll show you how that works. Let me just get everything ready. Okay, now for the easy part. So we've got our meat. It's all cooked up. I just want to break it down just a little bit. Some of these a little larger pieces that cooked up before I added the liquid. I don't have any salt or any seasoning or anything in this pot right now. And I'm going to go ahead and now add the seasoning packet, which is this spaghetti sauce seasoning with mushroom. Spaghetti sauce with mushroom seasoning mix. I'm going to add that in there. Give it a nice mix. And that way it'll spread evenly amongst the meat. So once I get that in here, now because I'm using one hand, that's why this is spinning around like that, but it's fine. Now I'm going to add in the canned sauce. I'm going to mix that around, give that a good mix. And then from here, I'm going to layer the spaghetti noodles on top of this. So I need to get this box, put that in there, move that aside. And I'm going to take these, that was, let me stop, let me cancel, turn that off. Calm it down. You see how hot this gets? Alright, you hear it? Oh, it is upset. It's saying, give me my ingredients. So let me break these noodles up here and get them in the pot so all this action can stop. So I just take my noodles, break them in half. I'm scared to open this thing now. The noodles in, you want to thin fold them like that, so that, or stagger them out, or whatever the right terminology is, so that they are, so that they don't stick together, and you kind of spread them out in the pan versus just sticking them straight down. You want to put them in that way. This wasn't popping. Let me see. Has this calmed down some? And I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, good grief, Charlie Brown. Alright, I have to keep you rolling because it makes it easy. So, you put it in the pot like this. So you get your spaghetti noodles in there, and we're going to take some of these tomatoes. I don't know that I'm going to use this entire can. Well, I guess I am. So you put that on top. And then from there, with the Instapot, you have to make sure that, well, let me just spread this down a little. I hope these tomatoes break up a little bit more because they're full right now. But I think that once they steam, it'll break them up a little bit. So you get everything in here. And then you take the chicken stock and you add enough liquid to cover the tops of the noodles. You want to make sure you have at least like 2 inches, because mind you, we already have that can, and I think that's plenty right there. Just make sure. I don't want it to be too juicy. I think that's good. Where's the maximum? There's a line in there that's like a maximum. I'm just going to use all of it. There's not that much left in here. Okay. So once you get all your ingredients in, you get everything stacked on top of each other, you put the lid on. Make sure this is set to that at the top. Oh, did I even have that? This is open. That's closed. You want to make sure that's closed. Put the lid on and then lock lock it, and then you hear all the little computer sounds. And then I'm going to set this to manual, and then I'm going to do 7 minutes, and after 7 minutes my spaghetti will be done. Actually, I'm going to do 6 minutes just to be safe, because I don't want them to be soggy. And once that locks in, it should stop blinking momentarily. There you go. And then it'll start to build up steam. And once it builds up steam, and then the 6 minutes will count down. And then it'll be done. Amazing. Alright, it's telling me that it is finito. Now from here, you see this little knob right there? That means when it's up, it means it's filled with steam. And now the steam needs to be released before I can safely open this. So what I normally do is I'll get like my kitchen rag or something like that, because we're going to have to turn this knob, see that, to release the steam. So I like to put something on top of it, and then let the steam come out. And once the steam comes out, that silver knob will go all the way flat again, and then it'll be safe for me to open. So that's what we're waiting on right now, for the steam to release. Then I can show you what it looks like. Now, while the steam is releasing, I just want to say really quickly, for people who are not really aware of what the big deal is in regards to these Instapots, well, the beauty of, for example, this spaghetti, you see everything is done in one pot. It was done very quickly. We didn't have to boil the noodles separate and then join them together. And the biggest thing is you can cook it all in one pot. Normally with the crock pot, you would have to ground the meat separate, or cook it first and then add it into the crock pot and then wait 10 years for it to cook. Whereas now you cook everything here, you can saute, you can do all these different things on these buttons. In this pot you can make chilies, beans, rice, you can cook cakes. So it's a multi-purpose pot where you can do all sorts of things in the kitchen in one pot. So let's say, for example, if you were getting your house remodeled or something, this is very hot, by the way, so you have to be very careful with this. But let's say you were getting your kitchen remodeled. See how that silver button's gone down? It's flat again. Ooh, and that's very hot. So now it's safe to open. But to finish my story, if you were remodeling your kitchen and you couldn't cook or anything, you could still cook decent meals in just this Instapot. Cook healthy. You don't have to go out to a fast food, because you see it's electric, so you can sit this anywhere and still cook from it, and you don't need a stove and all that to have a variety. So let's go ahead and open this. It's still a little hot. You see how it blinks now, letting me know that it's open. So let's move this over so I can sit this here. Now what you will see is it looks real juicy like that. Now you take everything and you mix it together. Now this is a little extra juicy, I'm not gonna lie, but it's gonna sit for a minute and calm down. And these noodles are perfectly al dente. They're not soggy. That's why I cut the time back to 6 minutes, because I did not want a juicy, overly soggy noodle. But this is the spaghetti. I could have cut back a little. When I added that extra chicken stock, I probably should not have done that, because I'm reminded now that there was liquid in that can of tomatoes also. So I should have just added the tomatoes and not the juice. But I'm going to let it sit for a minute, because you stir it up, and it's still, pasta has a tendency to absorb. So it's still not, you see it's thickening up a little already as we speak, so it's not as loose as it was. So I'm going to let this sit, cool down for a bit, because it's still really hot. And go ahead and plate up a bowl. But as you can see, all the noodles are cooked, they're done, and it's well seasoned. The tomatoes aren't too torn apart, they're still kind of big, so if I wanted, I can come back in with my scissors and cut those up, which this is the first time I've used canned tomatoes, so I didn't really know what to expect from them, but I don't like my pieces that big, so I can always come back, like I said, and cut them up with the scissors. But as you see, it's still thickening the more and more I sit here and talk. Like, look at the juice now, or the sauce. So it's gonna thicken up just a little bit more, but it's still gonna be a juicy spaghetti, which is what I like as well. I hate the next day when it's all dried up and sticky. So in any case, let's let it cool, and then I'll plate up a bowl. Let's let it thicken up a little bit more. I'm gonna unplug it because this thing stays really hot. So I'll do it like that just to kind of let it air a little. Alright, so I'll be back when I plate it up so you can see what it looks like after it has a chance to cool down. Alright, here is the final product. The juice is kind of falling to the bottom because we know it's not dry, all that juice that's in there. But these are also, keep in mind, these are wheat noodles. They're not the regular noodles, so wheat noodles probably absorb the juice a little bit more. But yeah, here's the final product. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy my spaghetti tonight, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I really just wanted to show you how quick and easy it is to cook spaghetti in the Instapot, and how it's just once I put this away in portions, all I'm gonna have to clean is this lid and this insert right there, and we're all done. So that's some easy cooking. So if you don't have an Instapot, maybe think about it. There's other things that you can make in here that are just as easy, but I just wanted to share that with you tonight. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great evening, and I'll see you in the next video. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, and don't forget to, you know it, subscribe. Alright, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Alright, I'm getting ready to pack it in and put it in these containers, and I wanted to show you what it looks like now that it's had a chance to sit down and that juice absorb. So it's still nice and juicy, but nothing like when I first opened it. And look at how moist this looks. Juicy, but not too juicy, and the noodles are al dente. That's why I like to use the wheat ones, because I feel like they're a little bit heartier than the regular ones, and they're a little bit healthier as well. Well, I think so anyways. It's a better nutritional choice. Maybe not healthier, but better nutritional choice. But I just wanted to show you the aftermath of having sat for a while. Normally when you let a spaghetti sit, they get all dry and you know, all the juice is all soaked up. As you can see here, it's plenty juicy, and it's going to remain that way. So I like making my spaghetti in the Instant Pot. I was gonna say Instapot, but we know that's not what it is, but same idea.